Hey guys, hey. It's another in the dark video. Brum, brum, brum. Um, I hope you guys don't mind this from time to time because I have light sensitivity and today, my head is killing me. I've taken, all the Tylenol I'm allowed to take, and I take the Tylenol for migraines because I'm not. You guys already know I have pain medicine, but it's not for that. Like, it doesn't help me with my head. It for some reason, the medication I take, which is roxycodone, does not do anything for my brain meats. So I thought, while I'm laying here in bed, I'm trying my damnedest to go to sleep because I have a really important day tomorrow for me and Evelyn. I have to go to one of the Air Force bases here and kind of talk about my medical stuff so we can have an easier plan on where I'm supposed to go. And my head hurts so bad. So bad. The light in Janet's house is not there's a fluorescent light in the kitchen and it's super bright, and then she's got a couple lamps and stuff that have kind of strange orangey kind of colors, and of course all of my electronics, I don't really talk about this a lot, so I'm not sure if you guys even know this, but all of my electronics, I have all the screens almost down to nothing. So it aggravates the hell out of Evelyn because when she goes to look at my phone or when she goes to look at my iPad or even my laptop, it's very dim because my eyes hurt so bad, and it will trigger these headaches. So I try really hard to, well, that's why I'm always in the dark. You guys, well, I think I did talk about my light sensitivity when I was living in Korea because, the way the sun would shine in the room and we didn't have curtains. Not curtains that blacked out, I should say, was the problem. But even just regular sunlight can give me a massive headache. So there's a lot of times where, excuse me, I'm going to have to buy some transition lenses because I think that would help me in the long run. I just haven't done it because they're so fucking expensive. And I like to have 89 pairs of glasses, so you guys know that already. So there's been a few things that I thought I could talk about. I'm sorry I'm in the dark. That's probably annoying for some people, but you can just call it Nirvana's Confessions in the middle of the night. Or just pretend my phone is broken. Some of you listen to me like a podcast anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. And then some of you hate my face so much right now. I think maybe I'll just do all of my videos in the dark, and that way I'll have nicer comments. Oh, so we'll talk about my nose ring first. So if you're not on my Facebook or Instagram, you haven't seen that I've changed out my nose ring. So I didn't do it because people didn't like it. I actually did it because it fucking hurt. So the jewelry that they gave me is called a clicker, and you're not supposed to be pierced with that. So the guy pierced me in a really, the very tippy top of my nose. If I were to dig for gold, you know what I'm saying. If I was to put my finger all the way up my nose, the very tippy top of my nose is where I'm pierced. You can't even go any higher than where this dude pierced me. So it makes the ring sit just in about the middle to, because I'm swollen still, in the middle of my nose. Well, the clicker that I have is very tiny, in comparison, and it didn't leave any room for swelling. And so what I am thinking is the guy that pierced me has not done many septum rings at all, septum piercings. He's a piercer and he's able to do general stuff, but I don't think he's ever had somebody like me who has a really small nose or, small features and doesn't really want like a humongous fucking ring hanging out or like anything like that. So I end up going back 3 days later. And like the reason that I went back is because I could not. And damn it, hold on, guys. I have to. Let me see if I can't, because that's gonna do that every time. Ba-doop. Okay. Anyway, so I couldn't like move my mouth because it moves your nose without this thing like stabbing into me, and like every time I would wake up or anything like that. But the biggest thing was I sneezed the night before, and I sneezed, and even though I tried to hold like the ring itself, like so it wouldn't like move around a lot, it ripped a little bit, and I like sprayed blood all over my hands, all over my it wasn't like a shit ton, but you have a lot of capillaries in your nose. So I literally sprayed blood all over my fucking like hands and chest, and like I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, I've ripped this fucking thing in my nose. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Ah. So of course, it's because I had the swelling, and this thing is so tiny, and it's just whatever. So anyway, I wait until Janet gets off of work, and then we went to the piercing place, and I was so fucking nervous. I wanted to videotape it, but I was so upset, and like I was on the verge of tears, and like it just hurt so much, and I was so scared that they were gonna be like, oh yeah, you've ripped like your cartilage, and you're gonna have to go to the doctor. You guys know how I am. Like if it can happen, sometimes it does, and then I'm like, oh, damn it. So I was so super nervous, and it wasn't the same guy. This guy's name's Cameron, and he's actually like the main piercer guy. And so he was so fucking sweet, guys. Like I really wish I would have had Janet like record him, but I was so scared what he was gonna say, and like I just didn't want like the negative shit like anymore. Like I just didn't want to hear it. Like, I told you so, that you gotta take it. I just didn't want to hear it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna see what he has to say. I think the guy was inexperienced and just did like a job that it was whatever. Just speak, Nirvana. You must focus. Okay, so because I'm kind of squirrel right now everywhere. Anywho. So I went and got this guy's opinion, and like when he sat down, and I was like, he's like, what can I help you with? And like I was like, I lifted my nose a little bit, and I was like, can you guess how many days this has been in? And he looked at me, and first he looked at the clicker, and he's like, can you just lift your head a little higher? He's like, 3 days. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, come on back. Like, he was really sympathetic and just really sweet. He's like, I'll get that fixed for you. He's like, yeah, you should never have been pierced with that. He's like, that's way too small for your nose right now. He's like, possibly like a month from now. Well, I'll get to that. So we go in there, and he's like, this is really gonna hurt. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna be as gentle as possible for you. Like, I'm really sorry. So anyway, I thought, what am I gonna put in there? Number one, I wanna go out on a limb here and say that the jewelry case that they show you in when you're gonna pick out your jewelry did not have any normal rings in it. Okay, so for me being the consumer, and for me thinking that the person who was picking out the jewelry with me would know better, and the piercer would know better before putting the fucking thing in, they're the professionals. Like, this is their job. So why the hell would I know better? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how would I know better than somebody that's their fucking job? You see what I'm saying? You put holes in people's faces for a living. Like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? Anyway, so this guy was so sympathetic and just so sweet and so amazing. He was like, okay, I want you to pick out a ring. And he's like, I want you to pick out whatever jewel you want. So Janet has a much bigger ring that I've got for her doth or daith piercing, whatever it's called. And she has a little white opal. And that ring is way too big for my nose. Like, way too big. It would be ridiculous. So I said I wanted opal. So he picked out, like, here's a black opal, here's a blue one, here's a green one. But you guys know that I like to wear different colors all the time. And match all my shit. So this black opal, which you can see in some of my pictures, and you might be able to see with my next video, I'll try to like get a close-up and stuff like that where it's like shining, is actually black, and like it has red and gold and a little bit of green. It's really, really pretty, like super pretty, and it's real, like, opal. So it's a silver ring, but it's not silver, because did you know that you guys could get silver poisoning? Like, you can be poisoned if you use cyclo silver in your piercings. I just want to kind of throw that out there. Not everybody, but it is a big possibility that you can get silver poisoning, so don't do that. That's usually why it's made out of steel or like titanium. So this is titanium. So it's a little lighter color, and then it's got the little black opal in it, which I will post a picture. You'll see the picture of me in this thumbnail, so you'll see that before you ever click this video. And I'll let you guys know that I'm in the dark, so that way before you click the video, you're like, the hell? Nirvana, why the fuck are you in the dark? And I'm like, well, because my head hurts, but I wanted to talk to you guys anyway, and I wasn't going to tonight. I was like, well, I'll make one tomorrow, but I've got so much stuff to do tomorrow. I was like, squirrel. I don't want to go days and days and days without making a video, but I've been so upset with the fucking nose situation. So now that I've got it fixed, we're going to talk about it. So this guy was like, okay, it's really going to hurt. I'm super sorry. I'm sorry, Nirvana. I'm really sorry. So, of course, he goes in there, he opens the other one, and then he actually has to put in 2 different rings because my nose is such a small size, and where that guy pierced me, you have to have a specific size to actually fit, like, because the guy pierced me in a really dumb place. So took the clicker out, put in the first nose ring that was going to go in here, and then when he clicked the ball in there, which is the little thing that I have in there, he's like, nope, too tight, right? I'm like, yeah, too tight. So he had to take that one out. And remember, this is only 3 days old. So this is a fresh, like, piercing. So I'm not healed at all. You can imagine how fucking bad that hurt. So he slipped in the next ring, which is the one I have in now, and it's perfect. But he goes, in a month from now, if you come back to me, he's like, if you want to try the clicker again, he's like, I'll show you how to put it on. I'll show you how to take it off. He's like, you'll be healed in about a month. He's like looking at it and stuff. He's like, about a month. He's like, you can come back to me and I'll put it in for you. And I'm like, if I want to, yeah, I'll definitely, because, it is a beautiful piece of jewelry. I'm just scared of it now. And it was really thick. Like, I told you guys how I felt about it to begin with. Like, I was like, the profile of it was really thick and like it was a little dark, but with a specific dress or like, outfit, if I can change it out myself, I will. But, you guys know that it has to be aesthetically pleasing to me or I'm just pissy about it. But that piece of jewelry is fucking expensive. Did I tell you guys that they didn't tell us how much that jewelry was? I might not have told you. So, when we picked out our jewelry, again, they didn't have any normal fucking rings or anything, like, in that case. I didn't know that when you went back to the piercer, that they had all the rings and stuff that you could pick back there, because when I went back, when we all 3 of us went back, we had all picked something from that case. So when Evelyn got her earrings and, Janet got her opal and I got my Swarovski crystals, which are Swarovski crystal, I can't say the word, that was $85, $85, which we weren't told, mind you. So I didn't know it was Swarovski crystals. I just thought it was just like, you know, shitty gemstones, whatever. So we weren't told that. We weren't told that I wasn't supposed to be pierced by it. We weren't told anything. This guy took a long time. He actually explained everything before he did it. The other guy didn't. He had me, Janet, and Evelyn in and out of the chair within like maybe 20 minutes. Because remember, I uploaded each video, so that's how long it took to do each one of us. And we did it consecutively. So it was Janet, Evelyn, or was it, I can't remember. I think it was Janet, Evelyn, and me. Or it might have been me before. I can't freaking remember. I think I went last because mine was the most ridiculous. And it would be the most painfulest one. So, that's Saki snoring, by the way. Saki! Let me pet her so you guys aren't like, what's that noise? Where was I? So yeah, this guy was like super fucking fast with us. Didn't explain anything afterwards. Didn't really tell us any aftercare. Like, we were just rushed on time because we knew Evelyn was leaving the very next day, and I was already really upset about it. So we didn't really think about everything. So, long story, tangent short, is that I have changed my jewelry out. It feels a million times better. My nose has already gone down quite a bit. It's very sore because number one, the other thing bruised me because it was so tight and my nose was so swollen up against it, like there was no room, so it actually bruised like a big circle where that the tallest crystal was at the bottom of my nose. And then inside as well, like I'm bruised all to hell. But it's getting better, and like this one is actually falling past the point the other one did, so my nose is definitely going down, and I could start feeling the little tip of my nose where I have that like little line, you know, where you've lost all the weight and like your nose is starting to go down. Like I have that little line, not completely but almost. So my nose is almost back to normal. It doesn't itch, it doesn't hurt, unless I'm touching it, like if I actually touch it. But you don't know how many times I go to fucking touch my nose for something, or like brush my face and forget it's there and whack it. And I forget every time I'm like taking off my shirt or my bra or, you know, like anything like that, and I'm constantly hitting the damn thing with my clothes. Constantly. And if it was healed, of course nobody would say anything, you know, I wouldn't even think anything of it, because it's not healed. That really hurts. So each time I'm like, motherfucker. So when we went to the gym today, like I hit it like 5 or 6 times because like I was trying to wipe my face off because I was sweating so bad. So each time I would move my hand up to like wipe my underneath my eyes or like my forehead, I would accidentally hit it with my hand, and I'd be like, and then when I went to go take a shower, like I hit it by taking off my bra and then like putting my clothes back. You guys know that I'm not the brightest, you know, the crayon in the box a lot of times. So I was pretty mad about that, but I'll get used to it as time goes on. So I like this one better. It feels better. I don't know if I'll put the other one back in anytime soon. I really didn't like it as much as I like this one. It covered too much of my nose. Like it was too muchy. There's too muchiness. Does anybody know where that came from? You know I love it when you guys know what my little quotey shit is. There was a lot of muchness with that one. So I think that one has to be a specific, you know, outfit. And then, so tomorrow's really important to me. I'm really excited to get it over with. Evelyn is gone to go do stuff, but I have her on her room actually, where she'll be back. I have her on the iPad, so it's over here. And I have the camera switched off, so I'll only know she's back from the noise. Because like I said, my head is not having it really. Yuki is doing perfectly fine. She is being aggressive towards Jay and Gage, and the other dog here. So it's going to take a little more time, and I'm taking a lot of steps to try to make her more comfortable. And I think the reason why she's having so many problems with the other dog is because she's so scared to have anybody near her face. And so I think it's just, she's not ready to play with him. She's not ready to like accept him yet. So obviously she can't hurt him, and he's completely docile. Like he doesn't do shit. Like this, his name is Scooby, and they actually grow up together. Like they, for the first year, like we weren't here. I think we were here for like 10 months. For the first 10 months of her life with us, she was actually living here with me and Scooby. So it's not like she doesn't know him, or understand who he is, because they know each other by the smell. It's just for some fucking reason she ain't having it. So, unless, like, he can walk around her, he can sit next to her, he can do whatever, but if he starts sniffing her face, or, like, getting anywhere near her head, that's when she gets really upset. And as far as, like, Jay and Gage, I don't know if it's because they're so tall, or it's just something about men, which is rare, but I really wasn't around a whole lot of men ever, because I don't really have any male friends or anybody, because I just don't have any that were around. But and like no one really came over to the house because, well, I'm kind of a weirdo. So I really never invited anybody over to my house either. Anyway, I'm just saying that she's doing okay. It's going to take more time, whatever. I'm doing really good here. I'm very happy. I will talk more about everything tomorrow. I want to make another video, hopefully with Janet, talking about some different things with the sleeve and the distal, etc., etc. So, I love you, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and a brand new year. And I will talk to you guys very, very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.